Hey guys, have you ever been looking at your city and just been like, where is everybody? I don't know. Well, today I figured it out. If we take a gander on over here, I did notice something quite strange happening. I have it playing right now. Obviously, car moving. There it is. Look at this monstrosity of people. This is probably the most, they're all stuck. Oh, isn't this amazing? Like, where are all these people going? I don't know. I don't know. They all want to cross the road, and this dumb tram over here is all stuck. I'm pretty sure the fix here is to make a crosswalk, which somehow, so right here there's a spot for a crosswalk. If I add that in there, then the tram moves. I don't know, guys. I thought this was a pretty hilarious bug, but yeah, essentially, look at all these people. Look at them all scurry away. Oh, my PC is not loving this. Holy cow. Anyway. Never mind. I gotta watch this for a little bit longer. That is quite enjoyable. I don't know how long those people have been stuck there, but I bet it's been a while. Alright, we're gonna let that take care of itself. And yeah, get back to what we're doing in today's episode, which, if you haven't noticed, this is the last industrial area that we made in the last episode. And if you missed that, be sure and jump back an episode to see how that all got put together. It was pretty fascinating. But yeah, in today's episode, we are working on trains. So if you enjoy trains, be sure and hit that like button. Subscribe for more train videos coming up. But yeah, today we're definitely needing to connect some of this industrial area out to the rest of the world with some train connections. All right, to start, we do need a train station somewhere in here that can service all of this industrial area here, as well as, you know, coming down here a little bit. I don't think we're gonna get a train station up here by any chance. I think this cargo station is probably close enough for it. You just have to drive down this road, not too bad, or you just drive this way. That's pretty close as well. But all of this, the plan is to drop in a station right about here and connect it up to this road, and then as well as potentially redoing this intersection and adjusting this road here to allow for more industrial kind of area within here, as well as potentially industrial kind of surrounding this whole place. To be honest, I think it'd look pretty good. And then a new train line essentially going from that station, you know, out here and then back over to here to the port and then back to that train station. So yeah, that's essentially the connection that we're going to have there that should service a lot of this industry, especially to bring it over to the port, which would be very handy. And we're actually going to take a look at our transit here through our transit overview. And we're going to look at the three cargo train lines that I have. And I'm realizing that I made a mistake with some of these lines, especially the one going from this side of the cargo port out of the area. And I somehow removed that one. And so we need to add that back in. All right, never mind, guys. I missed that. Okay, so yeah, it was this one. It was black. I only saw these three. I thought it was only those three. So yeah, that was my bad. It is there. So we are good. We are good to go. All right, let's go ahead and start working on the station over here. All right, we're going to use the standard cargo terminal here, and we are going to line it up pretty much on this rail here. We'll get that in place. And then we'll get this road out here, and we will end up connecting it out this way as well. But to start, we're going to go about there. That's pretty good. And we want to snap to the 90-degree angles so that we don't run into any other things. And then we're going to go about to there. So we're going to use our complex curve. Then we're going to snap it to there and bring it on in. Okay. And that looks pretty good. Nice little swooping curve from this intersection here. So that should be set up pretty nicely there. And then, yeah, we're going to just continue this on down. We might zone this, or we're not going to zone it, but we might structurally create this just to kind of have some setup. I don't need this to be full on, you know, correct grid everything, all that fancy stuff like that. I think as long as it gives us a decent amount of industrial areas to zone in, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, let's go about there. I think that'll be okay. This could potentially just be a big roundabout. Let's do that. All right, just by switching it to a standard road instead of a highway road, at least gave it the edges. Still looks a little weird, not gonna lie, but it'll work for now. It'll work for now. So that's a good connection on in there. We will probably end up adding a bit into here, maybe a little curve. Nothing too serious. Something like that. That should be good. Okay, I think something like that should be pretty good. Nothing, like I said, nothing too crazy there. Just some zoning availability for more industrial down the road. Let's go ahead and start with our train connections. We will probably throw in a second one here. I don't know if we need it, but it is a possibility if we do want that. Let's go ahead and do this and connect that nicely up into that path there. I'm actually thinking that this is probably a good time to kind of redo this section. It does look a little strange. So we can definitely clean that up a little bit. Well, I made one thing better and one thing worse. That looks like crap. Okay, so that takes care of that section. Now we go ahead and we can start the game again. We don't need to simulate now. And then we are going to start a route there. We are going to come down to low and then up to the port. Hopefully this port doesn't get too crowded because it is starting to get a few in here. We could maybe throw in another one of these right next to it. I think we might have to back that road out if we do that. Alright, so we went from there to the out and then back, finish the line. Wonderful. Let's go into our transit overview again, come down to our new line. We're going to make this, we're going to make it like a lightish blue color. That should be pretty good. It's already put 2 vehicles on it, which should work. We're going to make it all 5 cars. I think that should be a good idea just because what's over here is kind of everything. I think what we're going to do, since we do have a little bit of office demand, that we will put a few offices kind of around here. Oh, look at this. Look at all of this. It's being used already. This is great. I may have done this the wrong way, but we'll find out. For some reason, this is the slowest turn in the world, I guess. Can you guys exit like over here? Maybe? All right, let's look back over here and see what we could possibly do here. Just to see if we can throw in another one of these train yards here. Yeah, because it's already backing up. So it's not great. I don't love this. So it's going to sit here until this is done. So I think we need to invest a little bit in here. And we will snap it along the back of this guy. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, why is there not an undo in this game? Well, that sucks. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, well that was fun. Let's hope I don't do that accidentally again. Yeah, I guess it kind of it made me rethink what I was doing, and so I actually made it a little nicer, honestly. So I'm happy with how it turned out. I don't know. I used this guy, which is a pretty nice roundabout. I actually don't mind this roundabout. And then yeah, we're gonna just make that a little bit nicer, and I think this turned out a little nicer as well. So in the end, probably it was okay to do. So yes, we got that in place here now, and there's already that truck using it, I guess. So that's nice. Actually, this goes straight into it, which is perfect. And then they can come out here. I did a little turnaround here, which I guess doesn't really need to be there, but it's there anyway. So yeah, last thing to do would be to go back into our trains, go back into here, and get this rail connected. Hopefully before it goes uphill. All right, let's do our complex curve. Yeah, I think that'll work. That's not too bad. All right. What happened here? What? What? Come on now. When did I change that? All right, well, that's annoying. Okay. Put that back before the game completely breaks on me. Okay. Excellent. All right, let's go back to our cargo routes now, and we should be able to grab the light blue one and throw that over there. What do you mean it can't connect? What? Excuse me. All right. Well, I guess we're just going to delete that line. Now, let's try to create it again. So if we go from here to here, does it let me go there? I don't know. Let's try it. No. What does it say? Pathfinding failed. How? Is that not connected? Huh. I mean, I don't love that, I guess. So let's try it again. Overlapping items. What? Okay. All right. Maybe it just needed me to do it again, I guess. Interesting. I guess it doesn't like it there. It likes it here. I don't know. What is it overlapping? What? Come on. What is it overlapping? Blue? Shouldn't it be red if it's overlapping? Huh. Oh, it's overlapping that road for some reason. Okay, well, you know what? Screw that road. Let's try that again. What's overlapping now? I am so confused. Huh? Alright, can I connect it now? Without anarchy on. Okay, anarchy's off. Okay, it can let me connect it now, I guess. I don't know. That's really weird. I guess. Alright, we'll go about there, and then up to there, and then turn it on in. Sure. Well, I guess we made it work in the end, right? Okay. Anarchy back on. Is that what broke it? Maybe? I don't know. Alright. Well, that seems to be working now, so let's go ahead and try it again. From there. There we go. Alright. Let's give it a nice kind of bluish teal again. We'll go to there. And then we'll go to there. And then back to the port. Excellent. Go back into here. And then we will do... So this is Port Skelly North to Car Factory to Low. Beautiful. All right. So that part should be completed. We'll speed it up a little bit, see how it all ends up working. That should be part of this one, I imagine. Nope. That black line. This one? Yeah, there it is. Okay. We'll see how much it picks up here once it comes into the station. Not bad, 800 tons. That should work. And that's going to bring it back over to here, but this is already full. So essentially what I'm envisioning is that all this industry is bringing all of this stuff down to here, which is backing up quite a bit from here, I guess, because of reasons. Well, I guess technically this industry could be getting on the highway here, coming down, turning around. Yeah, we're going to need to upgrade this. Yeah, that's kind of what I was worried about. Not great. Oh, and we got a massive backup on this side too. Oh boy. You boy. Alright, well, how are the trains doing is the question. 876. Pretty much to 0. Filling it up. Okay. Does it fill up though is the question. A little bit. Okay. Yeah, I think everything seems to be working as intended. So that's good. And we have enough trains. We still got 10. We still got 12 trains left. Oh dear. Yeah. This is what I was afraid of. I think we're going to have to put a new interchange in here, guys. Which is good. I do love traffic. Traffic is, I think, the funnest part of this game, to be honest. If it ever shows up. We only have 63,000 people. And this only shows up because we got a bunch of cargo. Alright, we'll leave that be for now. We'll come back to that later. The part that we are also missing in this lovely train episode is a train connection over to the airport. Now, a couple episodes ago, which I'll also link back down in the description about the airport episode, you can go back and watch me put together this airport, is a train station here that we never really connected. It comes around here, goes over this bridge, and kind of dead ends. So essentially what we're going to do here is take this line, bend it this way, so it'll be a little bit of a sharp turn. Nothing too bad, but yeah, it's going to be a bit of a sharp turn. Alright. Nice gradual ascent there around this tight corner, but it'll work. Alright, now that we have that connected, we can go ahead and put in another route. So we only have one over here, which should work. So we're going to take it from the other side and bring it on over here. Excellent. Alright, get back out of there. Go into our transit overview again. Come on down to our train line 6 here. So this is going to be Port Skelly South to the airport. And we should have a train generated, I think. Ooh, we do need to verify that actually. Because this is... yeah, that's connected. So they should be able to fling their way around the whole map to get onto that line. Which should be fine. That's not too bad. Yep. So we'll keep an eye on that in a little bit to see if that's all connected or not. All right, let's take a gander back at our traffic jam over here. Make sure that there's nothing else bad happening, which looks like it's all cleared up at this point. So that's good to see. Still a decent amount of walkers around the area, which is also good to see. Oh, and just as an extra reminder, we have crossed the $100 million threshold. I think it's a little too easy to make money in this game, to be honest. And I don't even have taxes up that high. Like, I have them as low as they get. Like, commercials only 6%. So, a little overkill, if you ask me. I don't know. We'll leave it as is, I guess. This guy is not in a district, which is not great. Satellite uplink, I guess. And then we do need to make sure that the trash has that as an operating district, I guess. Since that I guess that building is, so it should have police because of our brand new police headquarters over there. But does not have any trash. All right, so we don't have a lot of industrial demand, but I do love building industrial for some reason. And this little spot here has always looked barren, and I would love to fix that at this point. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna build a little bit more industrial over here. All right, we're gonna build like somewhat of a service road off of this main road here, just so it doesn't get kind of too clogged there, which I think could look pretty cool. So we'll put a few entrances around the area here. Don't know why I'd never connected that road, to be honest. A little weird, but all right. I do zoning on this road, so we probably want to turn that off. So let me go ahead and turn off this zoning here. And you know what, we'll turn that one off too. We don't really need zoning on that road. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and bring out this road. Bring out that road there. Yeah, we can't go too close to this, but that should be pretty good. Probably should have our elevation on just so we don't go crazy here. Okay. That looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Not that road. Yeah, that's not bad. Maybe what we do is we even make these like somewhat smaller options. A little bit extra design, I guess. All right, wonderful. So there will be some, definitely some offices over here. And I think we might, yeah, you know what, we're gonna take zoning off that road too, I guess. I don't want any zoning on this main road, essentially, is what I'm going for. So let's do that. We will actually need to get a new district out here. This will be named Port Skelly Industry. I don't know, pretty standard, I guess. Yeah, we're just gonna go through and zone a little bit here. So we'll kind of space it out. So we'll do, you know, some offices here. I think we'll do, you know, maybe an office block over there. Maybe an office there. You know, maybe this whole section there will be offices. Maybe these will be offices. Just kind of spacing it out a little bit. That probably took care of like most our industry or our offices needs. Yeah, just going through, just picking some of these different specialized options here. And we're going to see what comes up. I do need to probably add in some parking, because you always need parking, along with a couple parks possibly. And then let's do some commercial as well, actually. We don't have any commercial around here. That could be useful. Just kind of in the corners, I would say. The parts where you go in and out could be pretty useful to put in some industry. Okay. We'll let that fill in. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and go to our parks here. We'll go to our large park so we can maybe get a few of these. Yeah, let's take a look. I'd like to maybe get this business plaza in. Will it fit anywhere? Come on. Go on the side road. No? Not going to go on the side road. Ooh, you know what? We're going to go right there. And then delete this road. Oh, I saw it. Oop, there it is. All right. That looks pretty nice. I'll take that. What else can we put in here? We can put this Chirper Adventure Park in our industry park. Sure, why not? All right, well, before that all zones in, let's go ahead and get some parking out here, because we're definitely going to need it at some point. So we're going to place in a little bit of parking here and there. Maybe even by this plaza we get, you know, some random parking here. Could look kind of nice. Except it's going into the park. I don't love that. And then when you overlap them and then they're like, that don't work anymore. Oh well. That looks pretty good. I'm okay with that. We got some parking there. Maybe we got some fancy solar parking. Nah. Get a little bit of gravel parking maybe. Okay. I think that's pretty good. So obviously we are all out of industry demand at this point. So that's not terrible. Obviously, there's a reason why that is. It's because we have way too much industry and we need to build more residential. So let's look at our industrial signature buildings. Because obviously, why not? Ooh, that could be kind of nice here. You know what? I'm going to go and do that, actually. I always love these specialized industry buildings, so let's go right there. It fits almost perfect, so that's beautiful. And then what we're going to do is we are going to delete this outside one there. And so we're essentially going to make it look like it's all part of this, which would look pretty nice. Yeah, I think that turned out pretty good. Happy with that. Kind of looks like it fills in the space there. That's good. This is a fuel plant, so that should be exactly what we don't need. Because it says required grain. Interesting. Not oil. That's a fuel, so it's like, sure. Which is good because we have a ton of grain. All right. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it off here. We made some pretty good progress. We built a whole new train line along with this brand new train station over here. We just don't have enough people, essentially. It does look like all of this traffic cleared up, so no big deal there. Eventually, we probably should replace that intersection at some point, but not right now. But yeah, I think everything's working pretty nicely, I would say. These trains are, a third full. Seems like that's a pretty good amount. But next episode, we really just need more residential. We just need to expand out the city. I think maybe we expand out this way, kind of add some residential up in this direction. We could kind of sparse out some residential here, kind of infiltrating the two cities together sort of thing. There's also a lot of land here that we could, expand out little bits here and there. So yeah, there's lots to do in the upcoming episodes, but if you guys enjoyed, be sure and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date on anything new and upcoming, especially coming up with the new update. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed, and we will catch you in the next one.